Hello, everybody. Welcome to Townsend 505, or welcome back if you're a lowly viewer. Uh,
505.
before I even get into this, yes, I have changed my username. New year, new me, as some people say. I changed my name from Townsend 909 to Townsend 505. Yes, that's gonna be my name. I don't know if that name's gonna stay, but I figured since I'm now a Stones person more than a Beatles person, I figured I'd change it to like it's a reference to Flight 505 from the Aftermath album, and yeah, it's going to be a new era. No, not really. Just a name change, and I also changed my profile picture to Pete
I like the
Townsend.
profile picture. Pete
Yes,
Townsend.
I thought like you know what, my name's Townsend. Let's change it to actually have Townsend on my profile pic. Not only that, but
Plus, there's another guy named Fidelios Frequency who's masquerading under the same profile picture that you had before.
yeah, it's because it was
Mhm.
like a default picture. It was basically an optional picture, and I thought that was cool at the time. And I just like I need a unique profile picture, and
Yeah.
Townsend 505's profile picture will
I
be
like your I like your YouTube handle though. I think it's funny.
Oh yeah. Well, actually, originally I was actually trying to change it to Townsend 90125, but it wouldn't let me, so I just
It
went.
did.
Well, the handle did, but not the username for some reason.
Mhm.
Really.
Yeah. It was so weird. Like it
That's
like
so weird.
couldn't change it, but I'm like, really? But it did let me for the handle, which it's better than nothing,
Cool.
I guess. So so I'm Townsend 505, but I also could be known as Townsend 90125. But anyways.
I want to start that Yes series next week.
Yes. Oh yeah. By the way, this is a plug for Scott's channel. We're gonna be reviewing all their albums until Union at least,
Yeah.
and what's it called? It's gonna be on Scott's channel, and he so like for every like time me, Bryer, and Scott could get together. So like this time we're doing Fleetwood Mac, but the next time will be Yes, then Fleetwood Mac, then Yes, then Fleetwood Mac, then Yes. Just so he could like review them and all that. But obviously, we're gonna be done with the Fleetwood Mac series before the Yes series because we've been on this Fleetwood Mac series for a little bit now. Uh, getting all that channel update stuff out of the way. Basically, used up 3 minutes of the video time. Bryer, you have anything to say before we begin?
All right. So obviously we are reviewing their seventh studio album from Fleetwood Mac, which of course is Penguin. That's all I got. But of course we have some background information. Of course, this came out in March of '73, and a couple things have happened since then. So of course we lost Danny Kerwin after Bare Trees, and kind of going to the reasons why he left. Basically, by this point, Danny was starting to feel the pressure, and there was a lot of stress going on in his personal life. Um, because he's been touring with the band since he was like 18, so eventually that started to take its toll. So he started drowning it out with alcohol, which didn't
Oh,
help at
wow.
all. And so he started drifting away from the bands. And it even came to a head during a live show where Danny had like this, I guess he had like a mental breakdown where he just smashed the guitar backstage and refused to go out. So they ended up going on without them. And so after that show, Mick fired Danny right then and there. And yeah, it was kind of a messy thing. But Danny had said in an interview in 1993 that he said it was probably for the best that he had to leave, just so he didn't completely crash. So there we go. Danny's out. So of course they needed somebody to replace him. And funny enough, for this album, they didn't get just one new member; they got two new members. So this is the first album to feature their second guitarist, Bob Weston. And then you also got another vocalist, and his name was Dave Walker. And so now we have, how many people we got now? We got 6 people in this band now. So that's the lineup there, and so they went ahead, recorded the album. They actually recorded on the Rolling Stones mobile studio, which has been used by many bands like the Rolling Stones and Deep Purple and stuff like that.
Famously
And
cemented in Smoke on the Water.
exactly. And so yeah, they did the album. The album artwork was painted by somebody named Chris Moore, which is a pretty nice cover. I do like the cover. Of course, I like penguins, and of course, the penguin was kind of like their mascot because I know John was kind of a big fan of penguins. He would actually volunteer at zoos to kind of play with the penguins and stuff like that. So that's kind of cute.
He put his picture as a penguin on future games.
There you go.
Wait,
Exactly.
he didn't just transform himself into a penguin.
How do we not know that John McVie isn't just a penguin that can transform into a person?
Exactly. Bass players are magical sometimes like that. But besides that, but yeah, this actually did pretty well for them. It was actually their highest charting album in the US at the time, got to 49. So in
I'm
the
glad
top 50.
for that. I'm glad for
Yes.
that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I don't think it did that well in the UK though, but it's still their US popularity is starting to go up a bit. Yeah, it didn't chart. But yeah, they're starting to get more noticed in the US, so that's kind of nice. So there we go. That's the background information on Penguin.
So take it from the UK. An album that has the same four riffs does better than an album that is way better. Take that.
I'm gonna go with the US charts.
Yes, the US charts are a lot better because
They know what's up with this album.
Yes. Anything you'd like to add or mention, Scott, before we like to review?
So I think that this album is definitely another step in the right direction. I like Danny Kerwin, but it seems like Bob and Christine have more interesting ideas on those two albums, Future Games and Bare Trees. And so getting to hear more Bob and Christine songs definitely was a plus on this album and is going to give it a bit of a high ranking, honestly. Because they're the two best songwriters in the band at this time, and now on this album, they're the two main songwriters.
Yeah, you're right. It's great. I think they step in the right direction, like you said. Another two reasons why I think Welch and McVie are the two best Fleetwood Mac members. First song on the album is opens up with a great McVie number, or as a commenter on a YouTube video, say Christine McVie.
Oh no,
H-E-E.
that's the video, the first song. Remember Me? That's where I found that comment.
Yeah, it's speaking of which, yeah, that's the name of the song. Remember Me. What do you guys think of this song?
It's a great way to open the album. Christine is definitely at her strongest on these next 2 or 3 albums. And I would argue on Rumors as well, because I really like Songbird and Don't Stop, and You Make Loving Fun. But the songs that she writes on this album are all absolutely amazing, and I'm definitely glad that they opened up the album with her song.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, great way to open the album, I think. I mean, love Christine's vocals, of course. Even the sound of this song just has this very happy feeling, very upbeat, which I really love. And the guitars and keyboards really play off each other really well. And the backing vocals on the track is also really well done. I think it was also by Christine as well. And yeah, great guitar playing. And yeah, definitely another really good Christine song.
I'm gonna go through 3. I think this is an amazing song. Definitely one of the best songs on the album. Yeah, this is like when they gave George Harrison the first song on the Beatles album for the first time with Taxman.
1, 2,
It's not like
3,
it's
4.
not like that song, but it reminds me of that. Like you give basically one of your best members finally a lead song, like to lead off the album with one of your songs, and it just proves how great they're doing in their direction. It's a fantastic track. Next song on the album, Bright Fire.
Man, all these Bob Welch songs are Bright Fire. So, I don't know why Bob Welch didn't get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame whenever Fleetwood Mac did, because I'm gonna be honest, his songs are always some of my favorites on these albums. This is a really cool kind of like a lot of his pieces are very moody. That's a good word to describe them. Have
Mhm.
great guitar, great atmospheric feel, and that's definitely what you're gonna hear on this song, Bright Fire. It's really amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, another good one from Bob here. And yeah, his vocals are pretty good. And yeah, his songs definitely have a vibe to them. And that's kind of what I really like about them. They're just chill songs you kind of just relax to almost. Very, very nice feeling you get. Keyboards and the Mellotron are being used here and they sound really good. And a really good rhythm on this track. And the bass gets some times to shine a little
Is
bit.
that a penguin cam? I'm sorry to interrupt that. Is that a
Yes.
penguin cam back
Of
there?
course, we're talking about penguins, are we not? And plus, I'm wearing the shirt, so there you go. Yeah, I ordered the album, but it didn't come in time. But
Oh,
overall, yeah. So at
this is
least
a
the
good one to
penguins are
have in your
still,
collection.
yeah. At least the penguins are still being represented now. Um, and where was I? Oh yeah, yeah. Good bass. So, yeah, another good Bob Wilkes song.
I think this song's amazing. I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't think all three of us. I feel like at this point, I don't think we're all gonna have the same favorite song from this album. But yeah, this is definitely one of the songs that are up there. I agree with what Scott said. This is a very moody song, and I don't know. It's just every time Bob Welch just goes up on bat and he swings, he always hits a home run. He always does. He never fails to impress me. Definitely agree. He's definitely the most. I feel like he's definitely the most underrated member of this band. But yeah, that's my opinion on that matter. Next song on the album is another McVie track, "Dissatisfied."
Oh my goodness. All these great Bob Welch and Christine McVie songs on this album. Dissatisfied is amazing. I like the piano on this one. Great melody. It's very catchy. I really like it. I don't know where it's gonna place on this album because there's so many good songs on this album. It's gonna be so difficult to pick a top five for this one, but pretty much all of these songs are my favorite on the album.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely wasn't dissatisfied with this song.
No.
Yes, yeah, another really good one. The piano here is really good guitar work. Again, the chorus is catchy, more great backing vocals here, and yeah, just another really great Christine song. What can I say? She's amazing.
This song is brilliant. It's definitely one of the strongest songs. Well, it's definitely a really strong song on the album. Yeah, the chorus gets stuck in your head definitely when you listen to it. I gotta say, if you're watching this video at some point, Jason, this is a good album to start off on with
Oh,
Fleetwood Mac.
definitely. Yeah, Jason,
If you're ever
if you're
interested.
watching this, this is a pretty good introduction to Fleetwood Mac. Like, not Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks era. If you want a good introduction to the Bob Walsh era, I'd probably start with this one or Mystery to Me.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it's a really good song. Quite like it.
I know
Next,
Jacob's been watching these, so
Hmm.
Jacob, if you're watching, Penguin, have a listen.
yes, definitely. Next song on the album is the first Dave Walker song. It's the first Dave Walker sung song, and that's "I'm a Roadrunner." What do you guys think of that?
It's terrible, trash. Oh wait, are we talking about the zombie song or the?
It's about Fleetwood Mac.
Okay, no, we're talking about Fleetwood Mac. This is actually pretty good. I will say that Dave Walker is still my least favorite of the three singers, but his two songs are both pretty good. And it's weird that they put them back to back, but still a very good song on this album, but his two songs are my least favorite on the album.
It's fair.
Yeah, I agree. Like I'd say Dave is probably the weakest part of this lineup. Again, the song itself not bad. I do like it. I think the music side is pretty good. Like it definitely has a more harder edge to it. Bass playing was pretty solid, and there's some good harmonica playing. But yeah, not too crazy for Dave's vocals. I don't think he really fits personally, because the previous song you have Christine giving this nice poppy song, but then you have Dave coming in with hollering. I'm like, what the heck? Like kind of a weird tonal shift. Um,
Brother.
yeah, but again, it's not bad. But
Meet,
I can
meet.
see why I can see why he didn't stick around for very long. But yeah, it's fine.
I'm actually the only one who really likes the Dave Walker songs on this album. I think this
I
is.
didn't say I didn't like them. I
Oh
just
yeah,
like
I know.
They're
You
not
said
Bob's
likes
bad.
it,
songs
but I think
better.
I'm the one who likes it the most. That's a better way of putting it.
Yeah.
I really like this song. I will say this is my least favorite on the song, sort of mostly because it's a really a cover song, and it's a really good song. I like his voice, but really the his highlight is the next song on the album, Relict. I think that's how you say it.
Derelict.
I really love
Mhm.
this song. This is the Relict song.
Derelict.
I really like this song. Really shows how great of a writer he is, even though it's just one song. I feel like he was only able to shine on one song, and that was it. I will say again, as a whole, I think McVie and Welch are much better, but I feel like if he was given more time to write and to evolve with this band, I feel like he would have really shined through. But it's a shame he was only with them for this one album. I feel like he would have it would have been nice to have a song or two on "Mystery to Me" or "Heroes Hard to Find," But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I read that they thought that his style kind of clashed with the other members of the band.
Mhm.
That's why they got rid of him. Apparently, he was also really difficult to deal with and didn't want to write any new songs, only wanted to do covers. So if he would have
Mm.
stayed, we would have gotten some covers on Mystery to Me.
Okay, so it's actually for the better that he left. So yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think of the two, Dave. I think the Derelict is definitely the best song of the two.
Almost definitely.
Yeah, it has a more country vibe to this one because there's banjo and there's harmonica here, and I do like it. Definitely has a nice. I think it has a much better vibe, and I did like his vocals a bit more here. It's short and sweet, doesn't last too long, but yeah, it's not too bad. I like it.
Yeah, I like this too. Much better than the last song, but still not quite as good as some of the other songs on this album written by McVie or Welch.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, but I really like I like both songs, but yeah, I agree. This is easily the best of the two. But I don't know.
Well, this is just a good album. Even the weaker songs are still good.
I really love this song though. It's just I don't know. It's in my top five. It's you're gonna be surprised where I have it on my top five. Well, you're gonna be surprised what I think I put over it though. But next
Mhm.
song on the album, Revelation.
Oh boy, man, another good Bob Welch song. Man, this one really has the vibe to it. I definitely really like this song. I like Bob Weston's guitar playing on this song. It's one of the best ones on the album. I'm going to spoil that right now, but this is definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Another very strong one from Bob for me. Again, like Scott said, the guitar work is pretty great and great percussion as well. Even the bass work definitely got my interest because it was a lot more upfront than usual. And I was actually shocked to find out it was actually not John on bass on this track. It was actually Bob Welch himself. And
Really?
I could kind of tell it was I can kind of tell it was different because the bass sounds like it was used with a pick, which has a different tone. Or I know John mainly uses his fingers, but yeah, I can kind of tell it was done with a pick rather than John who's usually his fingers. Definitely has a different tone if you really listen carefully. It has a much more bite to it. But regardless, yeah, Bob, pretty good bass player, I must say. Um, yeah, the guitar solo was great. Another good vibe song here. I think it just barely missed my top five, but yeah, it was still a pretty good song from him. I enjoy it.
Glad you guys like this. I think it's a really good song too. I just love Bob Welch. I'm just gonna say it. I know I said this in the last couple of videos that McVie's my favorite member, but after re-listening to these Welch albums more and listening to all five of them, I just barely give it to Welch on being my favorite member. But McVie will also go on to great things after Welch leaves. I just feel like that she was at her peak with Welch, in my opinion. But yeah, this song is also amazing. Again, stepped on bat. He grand slam as usual. Next song on the album, Did You Ever Love Me?
This is another really good Christine McVie song. It's probably my least favorite of the three that she writes on this album, but still, it's Christine McVie, so like that's not really saying a lot because all three of her songs on this album are amazing, and I don't really have much more to say. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, it was another. Again, I really enjoyed this one as well. It was actually released as a single, but it didn't chart, unfortunately.
Oh
Um,
man,
yeah, but yeah, I love the vibe to it. It has like more tropical feel to it because you have a lot of steel drums used in this track, which I really enjoy. Just really like the atmosphere to it, and again, Christine's vocals on here, and it's even interesting. You have Bob Weston providing some backing vocals, which is actually not too bad. But yeah, I agree. It's probably my least favorite of her songs here, but still, really great song.
Yeah, I think it's a really good song. But yeah, I agree with you guys. It's the weakest of the best, I'd say. It's like 9.99 out of 10 compared to the 10 out of 10. That's a good way of playing it. But yeah, it's a really good song, and sucks it didn't chart.
Mm.
Next song on the album, we were getting Peter Green back into the band for a tiny bit. Night Watch.
what I thought this is Peter Green. I thought it was Peter Blue.
No, it's actually Peter Purple.
And then Peter Pan comes in afterward.
Okay, this song is epic. Bob Weston and Peter Green like playing guitar at the same time at the end is amazing. Very atmospheric. Another amazing Bob Welch song. It's just incredible. Like this song and Revelation both sound like they could have been released at the time of Then Play On, but and it came out later. And oh man, I just can't say much more because it's just you just got to go listen to these Bob Welch songs. Like I can't really describe what's going on very well. It's just like you're like hit by a wave of sound, and it's like it starts off real soft and then just gets like, and then Bob Welch like he has a really good singing voice as well. Um, just amazing.
Yeah, this is probably this. I think this is probably my favorite song that Bob wrote for this album. Yeah,
Same.
Scott pretty much summed it up. The first half just has again kind of has a more vibe to it. Then the second half is when it really starts to get really gray, where it has the vibe's kind of different, but then it keeps kind of building and building. It just becomes more epic sounding. But yeah, it's a really good, well crafted song here, and the musicianship, having Peter Green on the track, I think he definitely adds more to the guitar work here. Some great melodies from them, and even some nice organ, which was provided by Steve Nye. I have no idea if he's related to Bill Nye, but I'm gonna say no.
Steve
But
Nye, the organ guy.
there you go, that's his name. But there you go. Yeah,
Steve.
yeah, but yeah, great song from him.
Music is cool.
Music rules.
Music rules. Steve Nye, the working guy. Oh, there needs to be a spin-off series. Okay, that's funny. I love this song.
Well, if you like pina coladas, then you'll like the next song.
Yeah, I think this song's amazing though. Definitely a highlight on the album. Yeah, just listening to this track makes me wonder how great a reunion album with all Fleetwood Mac members would have been around this time. Like
Oh man.
without Jeremy Spencer, just to like like in the Buckingham era, just everyone coming making an album like Welch, Weston, Walker, Peter Green, like just like all these talented artists, just talented people coming together and just like making an album together. That would have been so cool. Have like a song like with like Buckingham singing with Welch adding his like uniqueness and all that would have been so cool.
And Peter Green on the guitar. Ah, That would be cool.
Imagine that. That would have been so cool.
Well, I'm gonna say this again, but if you like pina coladas, then you'll like the next song.
Next track on the album is "Caught in the Rain." It's an instrumental track.
I don't have much to say about it. You know, it's an instrumental track, but it's a nice instrumental track.
This
Nice.
is much better than some of the other instrumental tracks they've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd
Oh
say
yeah, this is the
so.
best instrumental track they've done in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually the only song where Bob Weston gets solo credit. Like, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's a pleasant way to go. I think it's not one of my favorites, but it's pretty. I like it.
Much better way to end your album than Bare Trees.
No, yeah, that was
Yeah.
horrible.
Mm-hmm.
The old lady like, oh, so much to be thankful for. I lose bare trees.
Like, what were they trying to do? Were they trying to do Ogden stuff?
So happy, so happy, so happy. I'm like, what is this? And it's in really bad recording quality too. And then at the end, you can like hear like Mick Fleetwood or John McVie being like, "All right, that's good. Take it, rap, take rap."
Like, what were they? Were they? Did they think they were going to go back in time and have that on the "I Get Stuck on a Flake" album?
Now we just need you to say "hovry, hovry."
Over. What trees?
What trees? What bare trees? So lovely, so lovely, so lovely. Hovry, hovry, hovry.
Now that would have made it a whole lot better.
The Lang and Dingley.
Yeah.
Lost the second half of
I'm
the
looking
moon,
for the
but
bare
yeah,
trees
trees.
and dangly.
We have, yeah, we have way too much fun joking about the Arkans not conflicting too. That's not as much as the Mr. Wonderful guy. That's just
Yeah, no, that's Mr. Wonderful is probably
That's
our
stuff of
biggest
legend there,
inside
right
joke.
there.
Mm-hmm. That'll always be our joke on the Fleetwood Mac channel. Just in general, we always like, yeah, this song's bad, but is it as bad as Dust by Broom?
Yeah, that's like the gold standard of badness for Fleetwood Mac.
Like, at least it's not Dust My Broom.
It's like this song wasn't very interesting, but is it at least not the same riff repeated 4 different times on 4 different songs?
Yeah, I know. But what's your top 5, guys? Just curious.
Oh boy.
Curious.
And once again, I'm gonna have to do from 1 to 5 instead of 5 to 1, or I'm gonna mess it up. But number 1 is most definitely Night Watch. That one's amazing. Number 2 is Revelation. Number 3 is Dissatisfied. Number 4 is Bright Fire, and number 5 is Remember Me.
Mm-hmm. Nice. For me, my top 5. Number 5, I have Bright Fire. Number 4, I have Did You Ever Love Me? Number 3, Night Watch. Number 2, Dissatisfied, and number 1, Remember Me.
So we're all gonna have a different number 1 today.
Oh wow!
This is like the last 2 album reviews. We had the same number 1, Future Games and Sentimental Lady. So it's good that we finally have something different. My number 5, Remember Me, for the Derelict. Number 3, Revelation. Number 2, Night Watch. And number 1, Bright Fire. And for an honorable mention, I'd say Dissatisfied.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
What is your guys' album ratings?
Oh, I'm gonna give this one an 8.75 out of 10. And I'm gonna say that it is better than Then Play On. So far, this is the best Fleetwood Mac album that we've covered.
Yeah, cool. I'll go somewhere around that same range. It's a little bit lower. I'm gonna go 8.5. Very strong album. Again, Dave Walker songs kind of bring it down a little bit, but again, they're not bad. But still, a very strong album. It's definitely, as of right now, still is in the top 5 so far. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good album. Definitely looking forward to that album when it shows up at my doorstep soon. So yeah, I liked it.
I'm gonna. Well, this isn't in my top 100. Well, I want it to be, but it's not my top 100, so that makes it a 9.75 out of 10.
You don't have to do that. If you can make it 10 if you want to.
I try to be strict with those now because
Yeah, but you said your top 100's already out of date, so
whatever. 10 out of 10.
There you go.
This album is just every song on it to me is great. There's no weak song. This is a way better than Bare Trees. Bare Trees definitely warrants its it's 9.25 out of 10 rating because there's a lot of great stuff on that album, but there's 2 tracks that ruins it for me. But
so lovely.
not really lovely, but But that's my rating. That's our ratings. Anything you guys like to say before we close out for today?
Hold on before the ghost comes through. Or is that's on the second? That's on the last time.
That's a good teaser for next one time, though.
Yeah.
Got me hypnotized.
How about you, Bryer?
Go to the zoo and see the penguins.
The penguins.
Penguins.
Yep. Stay tuned, guys. Later this evening, me, Jacob, and possibly Scott.
Most likely, I think I'm gonna make it. I just gotta listen to that album.
Okay. Most likely, Scott will be joining us for the 12x5 review for the Rolling Stones. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, that next Fleetwood Mac album we're reviewing is an album called Mystery to Me. It's no mystery to me why I think Bob Welch is my favorite member of the band. And thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Smile and wave, boy.